What if one of the most iconic supercar brands in the world was born out of pure anger? Not ambition, not strategy, not even passion, but revenge. Today, we're diving into the story of a man who built tractors, challenged one of the greatest car makers in history, and ended up creating machines that would redefine speed, design, and luxury forever. This is the story of Lamborghini. To understand Lamborghini, we have to start with the man himself. Ferruccio Lamborghini, born in 1916 in rural Italy, Ferruccio wasn't raised around luxury, he was raised around machinery. After serving in World War II as a mechanic, he noticed something interesting. Italy didn't need sports cars, it needed tractors. So Ferruccio did something brilliant. He started building tractors from leftover military parts. And just like that, Lamborghini Trattori was born. By the 1950s, he was rich, very rich. And when you're rich, you buy fast cars. Ferruccio loved driving, especially Ferrari. But there was a problem. His Ferrari kept breaking down, so he did what almost nobody would dare to do. He went directly to Enzo Ferrari himself and told him, "Your cars have problems." Enzo's response? "Stick to building tractors. You don't understand sports cars." That moment changed everything. Fueled by pride and maybe a bit of ego, Ferruccio decided to do the unthinkable. He would build a better car than Ferrari. In 1963, he founded Automobili Lamborghini. His mission? Not just speed, but refinement, luxury, comfort. Something Ferrari didn't prioritize at the time. Lamborghini's early cars were impressive, but then came something revolutionary. The Lamborghini Miura. Released in 1966, the Miura changed the game. Mid-engine layout, exotic design, unmatched performance. Many consider it the first true supercar. Ferruccio loved bullfighting. That's why Lamborghini's identity became tied to bulls. Aggressive, powerful, unstoppable. Cars like Lamborghini Countach, Lamborghini Diablo defined generations. Sharp edges, scissor doors, futuristic looks. These weren't just cars, they were statements. But success doesn't last forever. By the 1970s, Lamborghini faced financial trouble, oil crisis, economic instability, declining demand. Ferruccio sold the company, and for years, Lamborghini struggled. Changing owners, uncertain future. Everything changed in 1998 when Lamborghini was acquired by Audi, part of the Volkswagen Group. This brought stability, engineering, precision, global expansion, and with it, a new era of innovation. Lamborghini Aventador, Lamborghini Huracan became global symbols of success, and Lamborghini didn't stop there. They entered the SUV market with the Lamborghini Urus, a bold move and a massive success. Now the question is, what happens next? Electric vehicles, hybrid systems, sustainability. Can a brand built on roaring V12 engines survive in a silent world? Lamborghini says yes, but the challenge is real. The future wasn't coming, it was already here. In 2023, Lamborghini unveiled the Lamborghini Revuelto, a V12 paired with electric motors, not a replacement, an evolution. Because Lamborghini understood something critical. You don't erase identity, you adapt it. Let's be honest. When you think Lamborghini, you hear it, that scream of a V12 engine. So the real question becomes, can silence ever replace emotion? Engineers at Lamborghini are now working on something unexpected, designing emotion artificially. Sound design, acceleration curves, driver feedback. Because in the electric era, feeling matters more than ever. Lamborghini isn't just an Italian brand anymore, it's global. Huge growth in Middle East, China, United States, especially with models like the Lamborghini Urus, which brought the brand to a completely new audience. Families, entrepreneurs, first-time luxury buyers. There's something almost musical about a Lamborghini engine, high-pitched, violent, addictive. The sound itself is part of the product. And losing it, that's Lamborghini's biggest risk in the electric era. There's a moment in every great company's story where the past stops being enough. For Lamborghini, that moment is now. For decades, the identity of Lamborghini has been built on something visceral, something raw, noise, power, combustion. The scream of a naturally aspirated V12 engine isn't just a sound, it's an emotion. It's mechanical rage translated into vibration. It's what makes a Lamborghini feel alive. But the world is changing. Governments are tightening emissions regulations. Cities are planning combustion bans. Entire countries are setting deadlines for the end of internal combustion engines. And suddenly, the very thing that made Lamborghini iconic is under threat. Host, pause, slower. So, what do? When your identity is built on something the future no longer allows, you evolve. But evolution, in this case, is dangerous. Because Lamborghini isn't just competing with other car brands, it's competing with its own legacy. For companies like Ferrari, transition is easier. Ferrari has always been about precision, racing heritage, and engineering excellence. But Lamborghini? Lamborghini is chaos. It's rebellion. It's excess. You don't quietly electrify a Lamborghini. That's like asking a lion to whisper. And yet, that's exactly the challenge. The modern automotive world demands sustainability, efficiency, electrification. But Lamborghini customers don't want efficiency. They want drama. They want attention. They want a car that doesn't just move fast, but feels fast. In 2023, Lamborghini revealed something that wasn't just a new car. It was a statement. The Lamborghini Revuelto. At first glance, it looks like what you'd expect. Sharp angles, aggressive stance, unmistakable presence. But underneath, everything changed. The Revuelto is Lamborghini's first high-performance electrified vehicle, an HPEV. That means it combines a naturally aspirated V12 engine, 3 electric motors, a dual-clutch transmission. This isn't a compromise, it's an amplification. Think about that for a second. Most brands go hybrid to reduce power loss. Lamborghini went hybrid to increase it. The numbers are staggering. Over 1,000 horsepower combined instant torque from electric motors, lightning-fast gear shifts. But here's what matters more than numbers, how it feels. Electric motors eliminate delay, no lag, no hesitation, just immediate response. So when you press the throttle, the car doesn't build power, it explodes with it. And yet, the V12 is still there, still screaming, still dominating the experience. This is Lamborghini's philosophy in action. Don't replace emotion, enhance it. But there's a deeper strategy here, because the Revuelto isn't just a car, it's a bridge between two worlds, the analog past, the digital future. Host, slower. And bridges are temporary, which raises a bigger question. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine a Lamborghini. What's the first thing that comes to mind? For most people, it's not the design, it's not the speed, it's the sound. That high-pitched, almost violent scream of a V12 engine is more than noise. It's identity. It's what separates Lamborghini from almost everything else on the road. Now imagine, silence. That's the reality of electric vehicles. No combustion, no explosions, no roar. Just instant, silent acceleration. For many brands, that's fine. But for Lamborghini, that's a crisis, because if you remove the sound, you remove a huge part of the experience. So engineers at Lamborghini are now facing one of the strangest challenges in automotive history. How do you design emotion? This isn't engineering in the traditional sense, it's psychological engineering. They're experimenting with artificial sound design, cabin acoustics, vibrational feedback, driving dynamics. The goal? To recreate the feeling of power, even if the source of that power has changed. But here's the uncomfortable truth. You can simulate sound, you can design feedback, you can engineer acceleration curves, but can you replicate authenticity? That's the real question. And no one, not even Lamborghini, has fully answered it yet, because what made Lamborghini special was never just performance. It was imperfection. It was unpredictability. It was the sense that the car was almost too wild to control. Electric cars are the opposite. Precise, controlled, predictable. So the challenge isn't just technical, it's philosophical. Can a perfectly engineered machine still feel alive? And that's intentional. Unlike brands like Ferrari, which often balance elegance with performance, Lamborghini leans fully into visibility. Sharp edges, bright colors, aggressive design. These cars are not designed to blend in, they're designed to dominate attention. This creates something psychologists call symbolic consumption. People don't just buy products, they buy what those products represent. A Lamborghini represents power, success, risk-taking, individuality, and perhaps most importantly, rebellion. Remember how the company started. A man told he didn't understand sports cars, deciding to prove the world wrong. That origin story still lives in every car, and buyers connect to that, consciously or not. This decision shaped Lamborghini's identity in a profound way. Instead of being track-focused, they became experience-focused. Their cars weren't designed to shave milliseconds off lap times. They were designed to create emotion on the road. Drama over precision, presence over performance metrics. That's why Lamborghinis feel different from their competitors. They're less about perfection and more about sensation.